Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the first reaction of 911 Lone Star. For those who've never seen my channel before, hi, my name is Scott. I have a reaction channel here on YouTube and I react to various different TV shows, including what is fast becoming my favourite TV show at the moment, 911. I absolutely love it. If you've never watched my reactions before, but you're interested in watching it and you enjoy this video, please go check it out. I cry a lot watching it. So I'm very nervous to be starting another 911 show because I know how much that show emotionally devastates me pretty much every episode, so this is going to be exciting. But yeah, I love that show a lot, and ever since I've started reacting to it, I've had a lot of comments saying, please watch Lone Star, please watch Lone Star, please react to 911 Lone Star, and here I am, I'm finally doing it. It's taken me this long because I'm watching them in the order that they aired in the US, so I'm halfway through season 3 of 911, and in the US that took a break, and they aired the first season of Lone Star. And here we are. I'm excited but also nervous because it's a brand new cast of characters. I'm hoping that I love it as much as the original cast, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind because often spin-offs are not always the same. There's a different feel to it and I don't expect it to be the same show. I expect it to be different and that's okay. That's all good. I'm excited to see how this feels, how this looks, what kind of changes they make, what kind of new characters we've got to fall in love with. And I'm excited to watch it because I do like a spin-off. And as long as it follows what I presume is a similar structure to the initial show, which is every episode they go on various different things they go and find, like various different calls, like the fire service go over here, the police go over here and do this, and they all come together and they're a big family and they have the dramas and their love life and there's a lot of emotional things going on. I think I'm going to love it as much as I do 911, but we'll see. So before I jump into the first episode, which is just called Pilot, so we can't really guess what it's about, I'll tell you what I know about the show, which is actually very little. All I know is it's set in Texas. I think Rob Lowe and Liv Tyler are the main characters. I know at some point Gina Perez is in it, and I think that's how you pronounce her name, because I know her from Alias, just there. And she played a really fun character in Over at Alias, so I'm excited to see what she is over there. And also she was on Angel, which is right next to it. So I know her as an actress. I like her a lot. I know there's a gay couple in it, but other than that, I don't really know much of anything about the show. About the storylines, plot lines, I know nothing at all really. So I'm pretty much blind going into it, which I'm really excited about. I wonder if they have the same sort of things as the original show, where not the first season, but every season after that have a disaster at the beginning of the season. I imagine the first season maybe doesn't, so that we get to know the characters a bit more. But I know in season 2, 3, 4, etc. of the original show, there was always a big disaster. So I wonder if this show follows a similar suit. But let's jump into it to find out. I don't really have much else to say because I don't have anything to kind of guess about other than, am I going to cry all the time? Probably. I cried in the first episode of 911, I think. I'm sure I cried at the very first episode. There was a baby in a thing in a wall. It got to me pretty hard, so let's jump into it and find out what it's about. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. And if you're excited to watch more of 911 Lone Star with me, please take a look at the Patreon link down below, where there'll be the full-length reaction to this episode, whereas if you're watching it on YouTube, there'll also be a bunch of episodes ahead of YouTube over on Patreon, as well as all the full-length reactions to Season 3 so far of 911, and the last bunch of Season 2, and obviously every episode coming up in the future, and it will help support the channel as well. Let's jump into 911 Lone Star Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. Guys, I'm really excited to jump into this. I'm nervous. I hope I love it as much as you guys do, but let's jump into the pilot. Here we go. Started the same, the little blip, but it was a different colour. Don't set the place on fire, that would be bad. Why did you do that? Oh, it's weird hearing different voices. I'm so used to like Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Stay calm, sir. Where are you?
Oh, hey! He was in True Blood, I think, as Hoyt.
We just got a call in Spanish from a maintenance man. Said they store fertilizer, ammonium nitrate in that facility. Y'all need to pull those men back.
Explosive. Oh god. Oh. Different opening title. I know it's really, really short. 6 months later. He's cute.
I'm gonna ask Alex to marry me tonight. Grand gestures, right? Isn't that what you always say? Big
It's the
swings?
father and son.
I've also been divorced twice.
Oh god, I would not. No. Bleh. Bleh. Oh god, even looking at it gives me the fear. Stand on the edge of that.
You're an adult, you think it's right? I say go for it.
Really?
Supportive dad, which is nice.
Thanks, Dad.
This is all too happy.
Hey, you okay?
You alright?
Yeah, it's some viral thing I can't kick.
And what I've learned, if I've learned nothing else from 911, they don't like a character being happy for very...
These are tumors. They're stage 1B, which means
very
they don't spread to
long.
your lymph nodes, which is very fortunate. We caught it early.
Oh,
Lung cancer.
Rob Lowe.
And I don't have to tell you, by the 20th anniversary of 9/11, more survivors who were there that day
9/11.
will get sick or die than people killed on 9/11 itself.
God. What an awful bit of history. Horrible.
If you're going to get a diagnosis like this, it's the best case scenario.
Will I make it to the wedding?
I don't like to give timelines, but we will do everything we can to make sure you do.
Hope so. Here we go. Proposal time. Oh. I heard there was like a hot gay couple. Is this them?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
He's really cute.
So do I.
Let me go first.
Poor Rob Lowe.
We want you to come down to Texas and do for Austin what you did here.
That was the explosion right at the beginning.
No one has ever built an entire house.
Except
from
Butchie
scratch.
fans, that's it.
But you have, Captain, after 9/11. There was a bit of an inclusivity issue down there. Civil Rights Division got involved, so we had to step in. 4 years later, it's getting better.
There are 48 firehouses in Austin. 35 of them have made meaningful changes. We take this issue very seriously. Hasn't been easy.
I've heard that before. It's not been easy.
Well, I'm flattered, but
You get a diverse
if you
group of
put
people.
diversity first, shouldn't you hire somebody who's,
Diverse.
We need someone like you.
I mean, I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline.
And he's also dealing with cancer at the moment, which
Right.
I guess he doesn't decline for long because of the show title.
Don't you,
TK! TK!
What the hell? Guessing his proposal didn't go well. Holy crap. That was unexpected. This episode is going hard quickly. Oh.
It's okay, you okay?
Damn it, TK, you promised me this would never happen again.
Oh, so he's got a history. I did wonder why he went straight from, he's not answering the door, get me an
Come on,
ambulance.
Dad. I mean, there's an opioid epidemic. He's in love with somebody else.
God. I've been
That's
there.
why he's been acting.
Oh, I've been there. It's painful.
A spin cycle instructor named Mitchell.
Mitchell. Sounds like a dick. It's actually really nice to see. I know it sounds stupid in this day and age to go, a dad that supports his gay son, because that should just be normal. But as part of the gay community, it's still not as normal as it should be.
Just don't go out of your way to prove the point, okay?
You know me. I tread very lightly.
so is this in the budget?
Who's he?
Oh, it's Mateo, frequent flyer in the academy.
Mateo.
In the past, but it's a good kid.
But this chick seems kind of crazy.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
Diddle-a-diddle-a-da. Hey, she's a badass.
Cardi B reposted it last night.
You've racked up 11 reprimands in 1 year. That has to be right.
She's a badass
Parents tell me if
bitch.
you're gonna do something, be the best.
When you wash out that many times, why do you keep coming back?
Because he really wants to do it.
was born to do it, sir.
Oh,
You got a stack full of life-saving commendations, which tells me you have a gift for threat assessment. Would you say that has anything to do with you being trans?
oh,
Growing up the way I did, there was a lot of folks who wanted to hurt me, so I guess I learned to figure out who they were before they figured out who I was.
fair.
How would you feel
It's
about
part of the queer
losing
community.
football?
I get that.
I don't imagine what things are going to be like down in Texas.
Things have really
Because
changed
in
for me,
Texas, it's
man,
gonna be
since
tough.
that video went viral. For the
The
first time,
stereotypical
I
Texas
genuinely feel
thing.
respected.
Can you look me in the eye and tell me that you're
Which isn't everybody.
using you as a prop?
How do I know you're not looking for a prop of your own to show everybody how woke you are?
My teachers all said
Fair.
I was a little slow.
I see a kick-ass firefighter.
Hell yeah.
Until you
Hey,
finish
look, man, I
this-
saw what you're doing when I came in. You got a whole, we are the world thing going, right? But you got no
God.
place for a guy like me who can actually do the job.
Mr. Ryder, I'm gonna do you a favor.
You gonna do me a favor? Who the hell do you think you are? This is my house. So
I
how
feel
about
really
this?
sorry for him.
How about you take your sorry and you stick it up your ass?
He's just hurting. You can tell that's like grief talking.
I'm not leaving, Dustin.
Liv Tyler.
You may as well open the door.
I was wondering when she was coming to it.
It's Iris's birthday. She's 28 today. You know what I thought would make a great present? To give her a proper burial.
I don't know what happened to
What?
Iris.
You can fool the damn cops, but you cannot fool me! She spent the last night of her life alive in this house. Tell me what you did to my sister!
So his sister's dead.
You can hide all you want!
¿Tiene problem?
The problem is your son has asthma and no medication. He needs an inhaler.
We don't have insurance. Can't afford it.
God.
I volunteer with a group.
I feel like this show's gonna make me sad a lot because if it's taking place in
We help. No
an area of like low income, this stuff happens a lot.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Carlos. How are you?
You ever consider that the reason we haven't found any evidence of foul play is because there wasn't?
She's missing then, not dead.
Hey, can you just drop me at work? My shift starts in 20 minutes.
Move these people back so we have some room to work.
You mean give us some room to work? This scene belongs to us.
Oh, she's a cop. Okay.
Must have missed the part where they made me the captain of the 120.
I didn't expect that after what happened.
Michelle Blair, paramedic captain. And this scene is medical.
Oh,
so I
paramedic
won't
captain.
call.
Whoa. Since when does EMS tell fire what time it is?
Oh, she's ambulance, not a cop. Sorry.
I'm more of a visual learner.
In Texas, EMS calls the shots involving medical emergencies. So you do what I say, Captain.
The airway sounds blocked.
Blood in the sputum, esophageal spasms.
Thank God.
He says that he's worried that I got PTSD, which is just an excuse, you know, because I'm fine.
Are you though?
Except for the nightmares, Jay.
Look, if I walk away from the 126, it's like I'm walking away from them.
It was really sad.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I think he'll be part of the team eventually.
Well, sweetheart, I hope you're not trying to tell a black woman how tough life in Texas is.
No.
Fair.
No, you know.
Is the man I love has never taken no for an answer. So do not start now.
Awesome, yeah, fight. So far, I'm liking the relationship. Still gonna get to grips with them a bit more. So far, so good.
Turn some lights on it.
Mole check.
Oh. Lots of honky men in the show.
Pimples.
Everyone's in very good shape.
You get pimples?
Yeah.
Hello.
Some of the
Rob.
stuff I have to take
Hello.
can cause acne.
Don't know what his name is.
What's your routine? Your skincare regimen. It's got soothing botanicals. Guards against razor burn. Huh? A little cedar, a little spruce, a little bergamot. They put wood in it?
Moisturizer. Thanks for this. You know, most people tend to tiptoe around me.
You should expect to be treated just like any other guy around here. There's 3 commitments to my people. Everybody who clocks in will also clock out. Everybody gets a fair shake. And no one, and I mean no one, gets left behind.
I love this. Like the dynamic between them all, how inclusive it is great.
You watch yourself. Parmesan, you're up.
Looks like she's pregnant.
Oh, of course she's pregnant because it's not hard enough that there's a lady been in a car crash, there's gas coming out, and it might explode. She's also pregnant. Cool.
Henry, my 10-month-old, he's in his car seat in the back.
Oh god.
Arjan, what do you see in there?
There's baby seat attachments, but no baby seat.
Oh god. Why does this show just like to hurt you? Why? Why? Oh baby.
Oh no, the baby!
No, we'll be carrying it. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. Can't say they're not going to let a baby drop out of a tree in the first episode.
Thanks for bringing us down here.
Oh.
I really I like that I get to start something new.
Seems like a really nice crew, to be fair. I'm liking it.
I think we're gonna be just okay.
Oh, he still doesn't know about the cancer. Oh, God. Just when I got a happy moment. Oh. I want to go line dancing.
I didn't want to show you up.
Oh. Hey. Hey.
You want to dance?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
You and Judd are a lot alike. You know that saving people is like oxygen to him. And he's suffocating.
Yeah, well, he needs to take a little time to take care of himself before he can take care of anybody else.
I'm not asking you to throw him back into the action right away, Captain. I know he's not ready for that.
So what are you asking me?
What I'm asking is that you do what you do best.
Save
I'm asking
people.
you to save him. Please.
I think he'll be a good... Once he's kind of dealt with more of his grief, he'll be great.
Well, when you threw them out, you threw out every picture and every card, every memory of those men, those incredible men, you trashed it all.
Whoa, 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 cowboy. Nobody trashed anybody. Did I drag this place kicking and screaming into the 21st century? Yes.
We should all just bend down and kiss your Gucci loafers because your men died in an attack in New York City with the whole world watching. And my boys bit it in a stupid manure fire in Texas. Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's saying at all.
I have cancer. Never said that out loud before.
I barely got the lid on this thing, Cap. If I take it off, I don't know if I can get the monster back in his cage.
That's a scary
I'm sorry
thought.
for what I said. I'm sorry for everything, and I appreciate you trying to help me out.
Oh.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
It's the first thing I did when I redid the station in Manhattan.
Oof, that hit me. Ooh.
So we could see their faces every time we went out on a call to ensure that we honored.
This was Chuck Parkland's wife and daughter.
Oh, it is an absolute honor.
Someone that died, I imagine.
So we brought y'all cookies.
Oh, thank you so much. An unbelievable family heirloom.
Chef always said anybody in the 126, same as blood to us.
Oh, God.
We just wanted
Don't
to
make
say
me cry
welcome
again.
to the family, Captain Strand. Oh, and I love what you've done with the place. My lord, it was so depressing.
Right?
Hey. I'm a fan. Hey. I'm glad he's back on the team. That's good. Okay, that was my reaction to the first episode of 911 Lone Star, the pilot. And I really enjoyed it. There's a lot to kind of take apart. But actually, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was as I expected. A similar sort of construct to 911 in terms of we've got this fire service, police, 911 operator, and they have different calls throughout the day that they go on. One, sometimes it might be a really emotional one, sometimes it might be a funny one, sometimes it might be a spooky one or a scary one. But ultimately, throughout, we all learn of the private lives and the personal lives of the staff that work in all the different departments and how they all interweave. So it's kind of very similar to 911 in that regard, which is what I love about the original show, and I'm so far enjoying on this show. But a very different feel because it's a new location, a new group of cast of characters, a new dynamic between them all. And I like that. I like that it wasn't just a carbon copy. It was a similar construct, new characters, new location. And I know that's how most spin-offs worked on the most part anyway. Whether it's like a CSI Miami, New York, or, in Criminal Minds have had spin-offs, or NCIS. I knew it was going to be that sort of thing. I hoped it would. But I'm really enjoying it. So it's going to take me a long time to get to know the characters' names, but we've got... So let's talk about how they got to Texas. So the initial backstory is there was this big manure fire, and it's like a manure factory or whatever, and there was a big explosion, and basically the whole fire service, or that station anyway, got wiped out, minus the one guy whose name is Chud, the guy I know from True Blood. He was the lone survivor of this thing. So Rob Lowe's character was working in New York, and he got basically headhunted to go and lead this new fire service, create a new fire team, similar to what he'd done in New York after 9/11, it seems like. But also, they were looking to increase their diversity. Now, it's quite funny, he said himself, if you're looking to increase your diversity, why are you coming to basically... He didn't say it, but a straight white dude, you know? But it's funny because they were like, oh, but we're improving all these different fire stations, but it's a challenge. I'm like, but it's not. Like, you just hire people that are different ethnicities, different races, different genders, different sexual orientations, sexual identities. It's not that difficult. Find them, hire them. But it is like, I think a big part of the show is going to be having all this different diversity in a state that's kind of stereotypically known as a bit of a right-wing, narrow-minded state to some degree. I don't think it's everybody. There's probably going to be people from Texas watching this going, I'm not like that. And I'm sure that not everybody is, and that's great. But I think a big part of it, that we even saw in this episode, is going to be getting this diverse cast of characters to be accepted by people that aren't as accepting as other people, you know? So he was brought in to get this diverse cast of characters, and I really loved the scene where he was recruiting all the new guys. So we've got the guy that was cleaning the car handles. He was kind of the underdog character in that he failed his test over and over and over again, but he kept going for it because he was really passionate and really keen to be part of the fire service. I can't remember his name at all, but he was quite sweet. He was nice. And we had the woman who was the Muslim character. I liked her because she was a bit of a badass biatch. Like, I loved it when she jumped off that bridge and she was just not giving a crap. She just ran and jumped off the bridge to help save someone. She's very strong-willed. And I'm guessing being Muslim in somewhere like Texas, which was part of her concern, is going to have its challenges. But I liked her character so far. We've not spent a lot of time with her, but I liked her. We also had another character that I think is going to face a lot of challenges, which is the trans character. Again, I didn't catch his name, but he seemed pretty cool, quite handsome. And he was the one that said he was hesitant to move to Texas being trans. He's already had a lot of challenges to overcome, so moving to somewhere like Texas is going to be a challenge as well. But I think that's going to have some interesting storylines to kind of go through with his identity and how he lives his life. And I hope we learn more about that, because I think it's important to teach people. But I think it's going to be interesting watching this trans character, this Muslim character, and also we've got the gay son, which we'll talk about in a minute. All these different diverse people in this state that's not always accepting, but is getting more to that. I think that's really, really interesting dynamics as we watch more of the show. So with the gay son, at the beginning of the episode, we saw that he had a really accepting dad in Rob Lowe, who had just found out he had cancer, which was a really dark start to the episodes. We had the explosion, which wiped out a fire service, most of them. We had Rob Lowe discovering that he had cancer. What was his name? Captain Strand. Don't think I caught his first name that I remember yet. Anyway, it's going to take me some time to get to know all these new names. And he had the gay son who went to propose to his boyfriend that he loved. And his boyfriend basically said, I'm in love with someone else, my spin cycle instructor called Mitchell. Why do I remember that name? I think because it was kind of that stereotypical, I'm in love with someone else, and he's there, someone I go to the gym with, he's a gym instructor called Mitchell. And like we all know what Mitchell's probably like, right? We've all got that image in our head of Mitchell. But then he OD'd because he's a bit of an addict, and he relapsed. Said he didn't try to kill himself, but I don't know, we're not sure. Maybe he did. Maybe it was just that he went back to drugs to deal with the breakup and and whatnot, the failed proposal. But it was like a really dark opening to the show. But I really liked how that was like, right, we're getting out of Texas, where we're going to move away from it all. We're going to start this new life in Texas. I've got this whole new cast of, like, it felt like a ragtag team of people, because they weren't people that he'd hired from Texas. It was Miami. There was elsewhere that I can't remember. So there was New York, Miami, and some other places. We've got a Muslim character, trans character, gay character, and I think the other police officer was gay. Not sure yet, but I kind of got the flirty vibes when he was like, do you want to dance? I was like, yes, you too. Dance, please, dance, kiss, make out. I want to watch it. That's really creepy, but you know what I mean. Like, I like watching hot guys make out. What can I say? I like it a lot. So yeah, I like the cast of characters. I like the diversity. I think it's really cool. I like that the Captain Strand, who seems to be just very accepting and what this big diverse group of people, and he protects them and supports them. And like when there was the shower scene when he was showing them the couple of people how to take care of the skin, the trans guy said, I wish I remembered his name, said, because I don't want to refer to him as the trans guy, because that's not cool, but I can't remember his name, like, other services have not been as supportive of him or as accepting, and he's there in the shower with his, in the towel, just here's how you take care of your skin, and it's just really nice that he supports a team like that. I think that's really cool, and I really like all that dynamic. I'm excited to jump into that more, definitely. We were also introduced to Liv Tyler's character, who wasn't in it as much as I expected she would be, because I knew she was in it, and she's a big actress. She's in one of my favourite horror films, The Strangers. I think she's brilliant in that. Oh, God, that's scary. We were introduced to her when she was screaming at that guy's doorway, banging on it, screaming down the door. And so she had a sister called, was it something like Iris? Who I thought she was killed, but I think I've pieced together that she went missing. The last time she was seen alive was at his house. So she's convinced that he killed the sister. He's obviously not in jail, so there's no proof of it, but she's convinced that he killed the sister, and is like, I'm going to come here every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every holiday, I'm going to keep screaming till, people listen. So that's obviously going to be, I imagine, a through line throughout the season, finding out what happened to the sister. Is he to blame? Is he not to blame? We also found out she was a paramedic, and there was like little hints that she was obviously part of this like lower income part of Texas. We saw the kid who didn't have an inhaler for his asthma, and it's because he had no insurance. So I feel like that's going to be a part of the show as a whole, in that we're going to see like the nicer parts of Texas, but also the parts that are a bit more low income and the people that can't afford healthcare and the struggles of that. And she seemed to want to help that, so I wonder if that's going to play a part in her storyline as well. But there was a dynamic where on the scenes where she actually was in more charge than the fire service were, which I don't know if we have, which seemed different to the original show. I don't fully understand it all, but I'm sure you can let me know down below what that all means, because it may just mean in different states people have different jurisdictions. So in Texas, the EMT have a higher jurisdiction than the fire service, whereas where the first show set is different, I believe. Forgive me if I'm wrong. So we met her briefly. There was a bit of like a little between her and Captain Strand. Maybe they're going to be either just friends or a bit flirty, because she invited them all to go to the bar, have a bit of a dance with them at the end, which was really cool. I liked the line dancing scene between them all, and that was when we saw the son who had the overdose after the failed proposal, saw that other cop. I want to say his name was Carlos, I think. I'm not sure. And how he was like, hey, and he like looked him up and down. He was like, do you want to dance? And I was like, oh, is this the hot gay couple? Because they're both very attractive. And yeah, so far, I think that's all the main characters, all the fire service. Oh, we also had the 911 operator, who gave me kind of, she was playing the Jennifer Love Hewitt role and the Connie Britton role, with that kind of element of the strong black woman that Athena gives in the main show. Was that she was very much like going over to Captain Strand going, support my husband, and she was very firm with her husband, and you need to kind of keep going for it, you don't give up. And I liked her vibe. Still need to see more of her before I kind of fully make my decision on how much I like her, because Athena is still my queen. I don't think she's ever going to top Athena, but she gave me that kind of I don't take no shit vibe, which I liked. And I liked her character a bit. And then there's obviously Judd, was the guy who's struggling with the grief of the old fire service dying, his old team dying, was struggling with the fact that this new team was coming in and taking over the fire station. But then we saw that whilst he was lashing out, once he saw that they'd put up all the pictures of his old team on the wall, it was really sad. It was really sad, but really sweet. And it was really just really like a nice moment when he broke down. As much as it was hard to watch, like it was emotional, it made me cry. It was hard to watch, but it was nice to see that they're not forgetting the old team. They're not trying to wipe away all the memories of the old team. Yes, some of the stuff got chucked out, put in the bin, which maybe wasn't the right way to do it. Maybe that could have been given to the family and the friends and him and as the lone survivor. But it was sweet to see there's a memorial of the old team, and how one of the I think it was one of the wife and the daughter of one of the old team members that died, I believe, came to say, "You're part of the family now. I love what you've done with the place. It was depressing. Like, I agree. It's like it looks nice now." And that was really sweet. I really liked that. It was good. It was good for Captain Strand to kind of feel accepted, but I think it was also good for Judd to kind of see, you know, people do accept that they're here. He needs to kind of make peace with it. And as we saw right at the end, he was part of the team. He was on the fire truck, ready to go and help save the day. And so I really like that. We obviously got the cool different stories throughout. We had the guy with the peppers. We had the woman in the car crash with the baby that got flung into a tree, which was scary. Which is those kind of different stories, which I like from the original show, where it's like, this really crazy life of this situation. And then we go back to our cast of characters and learn more about them. So far, one episode in, really enjoying it. Don't know, I'm sure I'm going to get questions from the start of which do you prefer. I'm not going to make any decisions on which I prefer till the end of season 1. I mean, it's still going to be hard to top the original, right? Because the original I love. But maybe I'm going to fall in love with the show more. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so far, really enjoyed the pilot. It was really good. Really strong start. Strong, diverse cast of characters, which I really like. I really like that they're hitting different themes that the original isn't, with a trans character, a main character, a Muslim character. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So far, so good. 1 episode down, the pilot. 2 thumbs up. I'm excited to watch more. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. Did you enjoy the pilot of Lone Star? Did you enjoy my reaction? And are you excited to watch more of my reactions? And as always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves, staying safe. Enjoy the video, leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts and if you enjoyed it and if you're excited to watch the rest of season 1 of Lone Star with me. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Take a look at the Patreon link down below for the full reactions to this episode, as well as the rest of Lone Star coming up over the foreseeable future. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you all very soon for the second episode of season 1 of 911 Lone Star. Bye guys. Take care. Stay safe.